What's up, my YouTube friends? Welcome to Questions from the Truck, number 46. So, my first question, I thank you for all your questions. My first question comes from Mystic Southern Railway John. John wants to know what's my favorite drill set, cordless set. So here's the thing, man. Okay, here's the slippery slope you're going down, right? Because just in a quick nutshell, I think whatever you can afford is a good set, okay? I don't want to say you have to buy. I'm going to show you 3 sets here, right? 2 are the same, basically, and 1 is not. 2 same manufacturers, 1 is not. Yeah, it's whatever you can afford, man. It's just, I do this, and to me, reliability, lightness. So like that, these are the things that I look for, right? Reliability, lightness, size, power. It's all in there, right? So basically, my cordless platform is one thing, Makita. And it's just because I have other Makita tools, So they all share the same battery, 18-volt batteries. So here's a little backstory, right? My one set of Makita and another set that I got rid of, I gave away to a young woodworker friend of mine. You guys know him. I gave that away to him. It was a 10-volt Makita system. I had that system since 2008, and for the last 4 years I never used it. Stopped using it. It sat in my truck. Okay, it sat in my shelving in my truck, and that came with a little drill driver and a little impact driver. The only thing was it had this type of a shank on it. You needed a hex bit to fit into the drill too. So your drill bits needed to be hex bits, right? Or whatever that bit is. No, I don't know, whatever. So I didn't use it, but it was a great little drill. It was small, fit in the cabinets and tight places. I gave it away this year. Took it out thinking that it would be stone dead, right? No, it wasn't. It still had a charge. I couldn't believe it. I thought for sure over the years of cold and hot, that the batteries would be dead, and no, they're not. As far as I know, he's still using it. So that has really sealed my Makita love, because people say the batteries are no good, but man, I gotta disagree. So let me show you down real quick. I'll take you through it. This was my first bigger Makita 18-volt system. I've had that for a long time. It's been sitting on my shelf in the shop for over a year, and I just dug it out because I was making some room, and I used it. And yeah, the battery still worked, still charged over all the years that I haven't used it. I probably haven't used this in probably 3 years, 4 years, ever since I got my new Makita set. Great drill. I probably paid $100 for this, $120 on sale. 2 batteries in the charger, quick charger. That's the case back there. It's a nice case, right? They all come with nice cases, right? Except this one, this next set. This didn't come with anything. It came with a bag, right? This is another Makita set. It's called a compact. This is a drill, a impact. And this impact you can switch to soft mode or no impact, which is nice. It's smaller, which lets it fit in the tight spaces. It's smaller by not that much, but enough that you can get into rafters and drill sideways in rafters with no problem with this little tiny head on this drill, right? Compared to this one, where it's a little bigger this way. It's a lot lighter than this. I don't want to say it's half the weight, but it's noticeable. If you're doing this for hours, it's noticeable. Yeah, it's a great set. The Sawzall and the drill were like $2.99. Came with 2 batteries, a charger, fast charger. That's a great set. I use that all the time now. This I keep in my truck, and this I keep in the shop. And I really don't use impacts that much anymore. So really what I use all the time is not for everybody. And basically because it's a lot of money in this set here, right? This is made by Festool. It's German. It's a lot of money. But it's worth the money because, yeah, it's only 12 volt, a lot of power in this little thing. It's probably half the weight of all those, even the lightest one. The heads comes with different heads, so they're, you get a drill head and they just pop off. Easy to change heads. This head, it's an angled head, fits anywhere, right? Twists anywhere in the spectrum here, right? You can drill this way, that way, and believe it or not, I have where I've only had like that much room. I've only had like maybe 4 inches of space to get a drill into, and this saved the day. So this is like, this alone is worth it. Forget, the niceness of the drill, and it's a great drill. It's not for everybody, okay? It really isn't because of the price of it. But you asked, and this is my favorite drill. Okay, it's just very comfortable. This pistol grip is very comfortable to hold. Some of the other ones, like I think Milwaukee now has something like this. I don't know the price of it, but it wasn't as much as this, I can tell you that much. Even though it's Milwaukee, it was nowhere near as much as this. This is close to like $400 for this set. But it's something I use every day. I use that every day. Yeah, that's it, man. Let me flip you back up. Hold on, sorry. So that's about it, man. Like I said, I go back to the best set is the one that you can afford. There's so many good sets out there. Ryobi is a good one. It just depends what you're doing. If you're, you don't need to spend a lot of money to have a good drill set, cordless drill set. But something you want to think about if you're thinking about getting other tools for it, so you want to kind of like find something you like that has a bunch of different tools that you may be interested in later, and stick with that so you don't have all these different batteries from different manufacturers and have to deal with. Hope that helped you, John. My next one, try Gogglin. Pappy over there. Pappy wants to know, have I ever done any restoration work on train stations? No, but I came this close, Pappy. Well, I mean, not restoration, just like repair work I've done. But no major work to stations or anything. I'm not like, I'm not into that, man. I'm not into like framing and things like that. I have no interest in it. But, detail work I would do, and I have little bits, not a lot. But yeah, not yet. Maybe later. Who knows? Let's see. I'll be back with some more questions, or I might not be. See in a little bit. So I'm coming back to basically why I started this show, and that was to get help with questions I had from my railroad right here when I was preparing to build it. I had questions, and that's pretty much how questions from the truck started. Questions about my layout, and I had questions, and that's how it started. And then someone suggested, I don't know, I can't remember it all, but that's where they first started at. Now I have some more questions now that my layout is finally here and I'm starting to build things and do things. So I got some questions for y'all. Let's go. Here it is. Question 1. I have these True Color Badger AccuFlex and AK Interactive paints. I think this AK stuff is an enamel. I'd like to know from y'all. Put that up there. It's my X. It's X marks the spot. I'd like to know how y'all are applying these. If you're, well, I'm spraying it. I want to spray them. Can I spray them? I guess I can spray them all from the bottles, right? Or if I wanted to thin them, what would I use to thin the True Color, the Badger AccuFlex, and the AK Interactive? I'm guessing because the AK is an enamel, I would use a mineral spirits for it, but let me know. I don't know. So let me know. And let me know how they work out. If I need to thin them, let me hear from y'all. Secondly, one of these Pike's stuff kits, right? I am going to paint this kit. I don't want it blue and white like everybody else's buildings. I'm going to paint them, right? So I was thinking, is it better to paint them flat, like in parts? Or is it better to assemble it, like assemble the sides, leave the doors and windows out, and the trim? I guess if I can leave that trim out. I don't know if this white trim is part of, like this white trim here is part of the structure to hold it together, or what. I was just going to thinking about painting, the sides, the color that I want, and then the roof and all the other small parts, the accent color that I want. What do y'all think? That's it for my 2 questions. Thank you. Welcome back. So my next question is from Railfan Vaisily. Railfan Vaisily, he wants to know why do they call a high rail truck a high rail truck? Well, it's a combination. It runs on the highway and it runs on the rail. So its acronym was high for the high rail and rail for the rail. High rail. That's how it got its name. High rail truck. Pretty simple, right? Thanks for your question, my friend. Now you know. My next question is from Bob over there at PK&W ModelWerx. Bob wants to know what you all think about, is there a difference between the Testors Dullcote and like the matte finish that you could get at any of the big box stores? So here's my thoughts on that, Bob. I have Dullcote, and I was thinking the same thing. The matte finish, I found like a no odor matte finish at like that Hobby Lobby joint. And, with the coupon, I got 50% off, so I bought it. It was cheap. Here's what I noticed, and it's just with this low odor one. I don't know about the others. It doesn't come out as fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would. I don't know if it was me, my application, or what, or the nozzle head itself. It kind of like um, didn't look as nice, you know. Um, yeah, I just didn't like it, I think it was because of, I mean, the finish, as far as the matting of it, you know, the dullness of it looked okay, looked fine to me, but it just left like I don't know, like an orange surface to it, like little craters. How like, and I washed it just like, you know, so it wasn't like a problem with the paint adhering or anything. But I just think that the mist that comes out of those big cans is just not atomized enough. It's just my opinion. Just with that product, maybe the other, like a lacquer based um, one would be fine. Um, Let us know what you guys think about that problem. We'll be back. So, Dwight Kerley, he wants to know, should he use frog juicers on his layout? Well, Dwight, if you're not having problems running trains on your layout, I would say no, you don't need them. For me, it's making my wiring simple for me because I have crossovers, and you know, I don't know nothing about wiring, but what I'm seeing is with the crossovers, you have to wire them a certain way, and then you need a switch to reverse polarities and all this other stuff. So I'm using frog juicers to do that work, and um, for the crossovers, it'll help put power to the frog area for my shorter locomotives, my 4-axle locomotives. I don't have to worry about that for my turnouts necessarily. And I don't really even know that I need the juicers for my turnouts, because the Unifrog turnouts let you power the frogs. So they could be that could be a waste of money for my turnouts, but I don't know. I don't know, man. I should try it without it and see how that works. But yeah, I don't know if you need them. If anybody else can maybe help Dwight determine if he needs them for his layout, put it in the comments below. Thanks. Well, that about does it. Thanks for all your questions. Thanks for helping find answers to these questions. And as always, I wish you a blessed week ahead. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 week. I don't know. Who knows when I do this show anymore. Be well, be blessed. Until next time. See ya.